Hello, everyone, and welcome to the EU Finals. My name is Sin Synergy, alongside my good old Frenchy friend Opacity. And here tonight, we're going to be doing day three, or should I say, the second weekend of a month-long boxing extravaganza known as EU Finals. Opacity, obviously, you're from France, so the
Indeed.
EU, the European boxing scene is obviously important to you as well. So, very nice to have you in the booth tonight. And we have two matches on dock tonight. We have Oracle going up against Spaten, and we have a really good match of Bax and Razdazzer in the main event. So let's first talk about the match that we'll be seeing up first, Oracle and Spaten. Oracle has been a 50-50 boxer for the most part. He's either lost in the first round or gotten to the second round and didn't pass then. He's going up against a very tough boxer, a veteran in Spaten. If you're looking at it on paper, Spaten has the win, I think. But don't count out Oracle just yet. Opacity, what do you think? What do you think is going to prevail tonight? A young up and comer or a veteran boxer?
I always like surprises. So seeing a newcomer on the scene, a young boxer on the scene coming is filling me with confidence that is gonna take over pretty strongly on his opponent. I'm pretty sure about this. Could be really fun and interesting to see tonight.
Yeah, and Spaten and Oracle never faced off of each other, so that's going to be a pretty good one in its own right. Spaten, though, a veteran in this league, has been boxing for many seasons now. He's a household name in the NHBL community, and he's going to try to get into the semis, and hopefully, for his sake, to get into the finals in a championship. In the main event, we are going to be seeing Razdazzer take on Bax. Now, Razdazzer last week was able to finally, after a whole year and a half, finally break out of the first round to move into the second round against a boxer that was from Russia, Nikolai, last week. Raz beat him pretty clean, pretty easily, I think, for the most part. Probably Raz Dazzler's easiest opponent going into the major circuits. But his task now is to get past Bax. And just so a lot of people might forget this, but a couple months back, Bax and Raz Dazzler got into a nice little heated debate in the NHBL Discord chat a couple months back. And I don't think, Opacity, I don't think that kind of animosity is going to go away anytime soon. This is going to be a very heated match.
Yeah, I really want to see some big actions. Not some big brain plays, but some big muscles play. It's gonna be strong and very, very hard for them to fight each other.
Yeah, and you brought up here, it's not going to be probably a lot of strategy, right? It's not going to be the big brain plays like you mentioned. It's probably going to be a lot more of a heated match just for the fact that they just want to punch each other. And for the spectators, you really can't ask for much more of just people just going, hardcore 100% the entire way to try to beat their opponent. And you see something like that going on this match, like just flat out aggression the entire time.
Um, maybe if, as I see that fully being fully aggressive on each other doesn't work, they might start thinking a bit more of how to counter each other. But if just going straight in and destroying each other works and bring us some very nice match, I think they will just keep doing it.
Oh yeah, so Bax and Razdaz are. I know Twitch Strat can't see this, but in the chat in game, they are still going at it, and I was trying not to laugh from what Bax just said. Pretty much what you guys need to know is that that's going to be a really heated match, and it's probably going to go the distance. So, without further ado, though, we're going to get ready for our first matchup here tonight. Oracle taking on Spaten in this first matchup here tonight, trying to get into the semifinals. Of course, this is quarterfinals action. But both boxers, like we mentioned, Oracle being a kind of a newer boxer, whereas Spaten, he's been here for numerous of seasons, like we mentioned. Uh, Opacity, you kind of like that the newer boxers, kind of like an underdog story. I think everyone kind of likes an underdog story, but knowing how Oracle's track record is this is going to be a tough match for Spaten. I mean, this is going to be like a really difficult match to to, and I see referees getting some high fives in there. But yeah, opacity. This is going to be a tough match for Oracle no matter what because the, talk about talk about Spartan's like mind like man, words are really escaping me. His kind of strategy. He likes to be aggressive. He likes to be also have a little bit of strategy too. But his biggest thing, and everyone talks about, is the gator roll. And you're kind of seeing that in the warm-ups right now. How he tries to get behind his opponent and try to hit him. That's kind of Spartan's forte. To do that opacity, what does Oracle have to do to try to counter him?
Um, First, always keeping his eye on him. Not being too slow on his movement. Like if Spartan just goes quickly around without him noticing, that's kind of a spy strategy when you think about it. Where he just quickly gets around his opponent and lose him, so he can just punch him and quickly win. I just need to get his full attention on his opponent to, well, destroy him like we're saying in the warm-up round.
Yeah, Oracle's looking pretty good actually against Spartan here in the warm-up rounds. It's good to note though too that out of these matches that we're seeing here tonight, Oracle is the only person from Europe, and actually more specifically, he's from Italy. So our first ever NHBL boxer from Italy, which is really cool. But he's the only European boxer boxing tonight. Spartan is from Philadelphia, same home state for me. Just unfortunately on the bad side, back in Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. Let's go. But. You know, that ping difference, we always talk, especially when European finals come around. Ping is so important. Oracle's hovering around 29, and I'm looking here. Spartan has about 102. So anytime you break 100 is a little bit shaky. But real quick, opacity. We always talk about ping. Do you maybe see that being an advantage for a pass or for Oracle, or do you see Spartan kind of running away with it?
All depends, honestly. Spartan can just play with his ping. Like in you, he knows you have a high ping, so he can just predict a few movement. So that makes him less predictable for Oracle. So not having a high ping for Oracle will be some kind of advantage, obviously, because he just doesn't have to think his movement and just play them on the moment. So we'll
Yeah.
see how it goes for them.
Looking for two. Okay, and begin after the bell.
All right, the bell is rung. And it looked like though Moonfire Flam saw something. He's gonna go for the official call.
Red Boxer did a crouch maneuver before the round begun. I'm just going to call that as a warning. Please refrain from doing special stuff right as the round's about to begin, just so you don't get that infraction during the round.
All right, so a warning out to Oracle for crouching. So that might play in a little bit later on in the match, I would think. Oracle getting the advantage though. Spartan coming back though quick. They space out and Spartan coming back to get the win 1-0 on opacity. It looked like Oracle was kind of running away with that, but as soon as Spartan spaced out, he was able to get the victory over Oracle.
Yeah. Spartan managed to make Oracle whiff punch, who got him into advantage, and so he managed to put him to equal health, and he managed to make a quick punch at the end, so just to cover and win. So as we just saw, ping doesn't really play in this, just movement prediction from Spartan.
All right. So Spartan up 1-0. And Oracle missing a punch there. Nothing doing there. They both get off a punch off of each other. Oracle going a little bit aggressive. Spartan answers. Then they both trade punches. Spartan going aggressive there. Spartan trying to do the gator roll. They both miss. They space out. Spartan misses. Oracle misses. Oh man, a lot of missing punches. Spartan does it. 2-0. Match point for Spartan. And man, that back and forth affair, it looked like a pass. He had like two different chances to finish him off, but he missed those crucial punches. Opacity.
Indeed, like I cannot believe I just saw that he just whiffed so much punch. He could have finished any time, but Spartan managed to dodge them left and right and back and forth. That that wasn't really expected. Like Jesus is. I mean, I don't have my
Not
words anymore.
All right, so Spot has a chance to move on to the semis if he wins this round. Oracle misses that first punch. Spot answers. Oracle misses again, and Spartan sees that he's up an advantage, and Spartan does it 3-0, clean sweep. He moves to the semis. Opacity. Oracle was so close in those first 2 rounds, but the third round though, there was no way to come back.
I'm kind of sad. I ain't gonna hide it. I was really hoping Oracle could have won. We saw it. It was clear he could, but he whiffed. He missed a lot of opportunities and a lot of time he could have finished. That's actually very sad. I won't say I'm disappointed because it's not true. I am disappointed. It was some very nice matches, but it's really frustrating to see Oracle miss 2 rounds very in a very unlucky way.
Oh, what a big win tonight! Spotting down in the warm ups, you looked a bit confused, a bit dazed. What was going on there tonight?
So, as you know, the NHBL introduced warm-up rounds so you could get used to your ping before you start the match. Essentially, I was not used to this ping because I was expecting to be on a nice 80 again. So I messed up during the entire thing, and you see how much I could mess up and where I needed to fix up my strategy for tonight.
Spotting now. Moving on to the super semis, tonight you had a tough task. You had Oracle there tonight. Who are you fighting? Who do you prefer fighting out, Bright Boy or Mr. Dizzy? You got the South American sensation. You got Mr. Dizzy, the meme master himself. Thoughts on those guys?
I'm gonna make this very clear that this isn't meant as an insult, right? But my mic buggy? Is my mic buggy?
No, it's okay.
Opacity says it's a little buggy. Okay, so out of those two, right? I don't really have much of an opinion on either of them. As you know, my usual strategy throughout all of the NHBL is to be not even remotely present and just show up for some reason. I don't know. Listen, I'm just making up things to say the fill-in time. All I'm saying is that I kinda hope Razdaz wins because Bax is a really tough opponent. But who am I looking for, Mr. Dizzy or Mr. Who?
Bright Boy.
Oh, I guess Bright Boy. I don't know.
Our main event for the evening, Raz Dazzler taking on Bax. And this is going to be a good one. Both these guys, I'm sure, really just don't like each other. Past Discord disputes, I really wish I saved those messages because they'd be very entertaining to bring up right now. Basically, Raz Dazzler said that Bax was pretty much irrelevant. Bax tried to answer back saying that Raz Dazzler has been irrelevant in his entire career. Bax was Fight Night champion longer than Raz Dazzler. Raz Dazzler was still the inaugural champion. Bax smells than Raz smell. I mean, really, it was like 30, 40 minutes of just back and forth stuff that was really entertaining, but also kind of confusing at the same time. But opacity. Both these boxers haven't really boxed as much in their career as you might think. But forgot about the joke. But no, I don't remember that joke, Max. Anyways. I forgot. But opacity. So give me your thoughts here. We've mentioned a little bit that there's probably not going to be that much of a strategy. It's just going to be boxing. As you can kind of see here, these two are just throwing punches at each other. Do you see that being a trend for the entire matchup?
Honestly, yes, it's just going to be two big gorilla punching each other during a few rounds. Maybe a full load of rounds, like it's gonna be a 3-2. That's high probability because they're just going at it without even thinking about anything. They're just thinking, I need to beat the shit out of my opponent and nothing else. It's
You have
gonna
one more
be
warm-up match.
Oh, there's such thinking. I must kindly destroy his face into mashed potatoes. Does that work? Does that?
It could. It
Okay,
could. I
so
mean, I haven't seen that happen before, but I'm sure it's possible.
well, I'm gonna keep on that one, and it's just gonna be full action every time, and it's gonna be really entertaining. I expect some high quality punch here.
All right, and here they go. And Bax is really aggressive here. As they're kind of maybe taken aback a little bit here. Even punches. Bax with 1 hit remaining makes it 1-0. And Raz looked a little bit, I wouldn't say cocky, but he wasn't aggressive in that one, to say the least. He was almost taken back a little bit.
Yeah, he was going back a bit. He was playing more defensively, but it clearly doesn't work in his favor. As we just saw it, Bex is just going at it without any other thing in anything else in his brain. He's just want to punch, punch, and punch.
All right, the bell is rung. Bax is up 1-0. Ooh, Raz missed a punch there, and Bax was able to answer. Quick look at these punches by Bax. Holy cow, look at the long arms on Bax. I wouldn't say he ain't anything bad, but Bax knows where to hit his opponent in the ring, and it's 2-0 Bax capacity. And man, Raz has got to figure out something to counter Bax. You can't counter that.
Yeah, he clearly tries to stay away from Bex, but is there something weird in the sandwiches he's hitting? Like his arm are just growing instantly and managing to hit Raz for some reason.
All right, and Bax is up 2-0. Bax is looking to shorten Raz Dazzler's night here real quick. And both boxers getting off even punches there. Bax missing a couple punches there. I think they're just about even. Both boxers getting landed off a punch, and Raz Dazzler makes it 2-1. And I don't want to say it, but it has to be said because I'm a commentator and I have to say things like that. But Bax having leads in matches, his track record has not been the best in keeping those leads. Raz Dazzler's up 2 is now only down by 1 here capacity. I mean, it's getting close now.
Yeah, Raz is starting to understand how it works, and indeed, it just got around. So, like I said, it's gonna. I assure you, Raz is gonna win the next one, and it's gonna be a close, very close match, and I really want to see what's going to happen here.
All right. And both boxers meet in the middle of the ring. They take a punch off. Raz is still in the middle. Bax going in for a punch. They both are even. Bax missed a punch there. Bax is able to get that punch back, but now Raz Dazzler makes it 2-2. And he's now back into this. It's match point for either boxer or opacity. What is going on here with Bax? He was up 2. Now he's in a point where now he could be losing this match.
Yeah, both can lose right now. So I said it. I called it. It was going to be close. Just look at them. Just look at those two guys. Just two big Russian heavies. They just want to bring a big show. And let's see what happened
Bax,
in
are
the
you ready?
last round.
All right, it is match point 2-2. Both boxers getting off an even punch in the middle of the ring here. Raz Dazzler's able to answer. Raz Dazzler has him into the corners, up to the side, and Raz Dazzler with the reverse sweep. Oh, Raz Dazzler with the reverse sweep. 3-2. Raz Dazzler not only getting out of the first round, but he also moved in from the second round now to the semis. What a match that was, ladies and gentlemen. Raz Dazzler winning his 3-2 opacity. Give me your quick insight from that last round.
It was just totally sick. I don't have any other word. That was amazing.
Well, what can I say, Raz Dazzler? Whoa! All over the show here tonight. Down 2-0. Look like you had the loss coming your way, and then a 3-0 sweep to get in the lead and get the win. You will face either El Gato, the Ancestry, or Comfy Len. Unbelievable. Raz Dazzler, what a fight. That's going to be a match of the year candidate right there.
Yeah, like you said, it really was a great match. You know, those first two matches I was trying to figure out his strategy. I was analyzing his movements. Once I found his pattern, I essentially I won the game right there, then and there.
Quick adaptation, quick quick knowing of what the opponent is gonna be swinging against you, and you're through to the semis, your first ever semis appearance in the European final, arguably one of the biggest tournaments of the year. How do you feel?
I feel great. This is first time I've ever advanced in any season, really, since season 9.
I mean, fantastic. I mean, we can't believe it. Well done, Raz. Through to the semis against Comfy Len or Elgato Ancestry. Who do you want out of one of those guys?
I mean, I'll take either of them. I mean, Comfy Len, he's going down. Elgato, he's going down either way.
As we have done all season 10 long, some our most well and beloved staff members or boxers will have speeches throughout season 10. And tonight we have Empress Hellfire doing her speech. So without further ado, Empress Hellfire, please take it away with your speech.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me. Right. Sorry if I kind of sound a bit murky. I'm kind of like under the weather a bit, but nonetheless, we'll stay strong, right? All right. So. The National Heavy Boxing League has always been a peaceful and hopeful place for fun and engagement in the Team Fortress 2 community, regardless of where you are and where you stand in the community, and provided a family fun time for many, right? For heavy mains and other classes alike, source of entertainment for the youths, adolescents, and adult players that we have in the Team Fortress 2 community, right? All which are heavily, no pun intended, integrated in this community. For staff and officials, the NHBL has been our home for many months to many years. We've become more than just staff and moderators. We've grown to become more close friends and even considered an online family. I want to thank all of you for being here with us today as we experience closure of Venera and of good times are now immortalized. The pandemic has been harsh on us all, but because of positive communities and organizations such as the NHBL, we were able to keep our minds preoccupied because instead of instead of our negative emotions taking the best of us, we use these negative emotions to create something beautiful to give back to the community in the form of the NHBL. My experience in the Team Fortress 2 community has been everywhere. I do apologize for the bird sounds, by the way. From the FTP stage, as every one of us has gone through, to moderating for groups and YouTubers, to groups such as that of which I'm leading, Our World Now the Rebirth, and namely being part of the NHBL family. One of these experiences was becoming and taking part of this beautiful experience as being part of a referee, right? My experience was pretty interesting and wacky, pretty enticing as boxers strut their stuff and played, and were good sports to one another. I learned I could achieve anything. I'm sorry. I want to be and be a productive member of society, right? Online. While being a very inspirational person, regardless of my circumstances offline, right? I'm sorry. I was even happy to have practiced my fluency in English, right? As I'm Mexican and, being a native Spanish speaker, I wouldn't expect utilizing the language and cultural skills as tools while gaming and giving back to the community. Ultimately, the NHBL has shown me that regardless of what people say about you and where you come from, you too can achieve and contribute into the Team Fortress 2 community. Remain strong, remain humble, and utilize your tactic skills such as officiating, time management, stress management, and being patient when things get rough in the ring, even in the ring of life. I would like to sincerely thank all of our staff at the NHBL's referee, head of state, Bogo, for introducing to me this opportunity, and to go out there among the fighters, right? To spice things up when matches get pretty juicy, Fedora, especially you, Hellhound, the rest of the staff, and who have been part of my online social networks for a long time. I also wanted to, to give a shout out to Wooten, Andrew, and Crow for supporting me and always watching these. Always watching these streams. Right, they're pretty cool. Right. Next. I hope the NHBL has inspired the likes of many players out there that just discover this wonderful game, right? And pave a pathway to beautiful things for this year and beyond. The best is yet to come. Hashtag Frog Squad. Hashtag Angry Frog. Thank you so much.